what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I want to welcome you to the neighborhood of Carmela Bakes that's keeping you in the news. Go ahead and press the subscribe button. Don't forget to tap the notification bell so you can be notified as I upload new videos to keep you guys what's going on in the news. I want to just welcome you. Welcome if you're new here. Welcome. Yay! Fire and everything else, and rice and everything else. Yes, I'm happy to see that you are here, chilling with your girl for a minute. Now, it was a lot going on in the news. I won't keep you long, but there is something that ran past me. Now, two men was arrested in the murder of Run DMC's Jam Master Jay. Here's a picture of him here. Now, a 10-count indictment was unsealed today, charging two men with Jam Master Jay's murder. Now, according to the United States Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York, Ronald Washington and Carl Jordan Jr. have been charged with one count of murder while engaged in narcotic trafficking and one count of firearm related to the murder. Now, Jordan is also being charged with one count of conspiracy to distribute cocaine and 7 counts of cocaine distribution. Now, Jordan and Washington face a mandatory minimum sentence of 20 years in prison and maximum of life in prison to the death penalty. Yes, the death penalty. Now, the U.S. Attorney's Office also said that the investigation into Jam Master Jay's murder has unveiled details about the motive behind his death. Now, they're saying Jay's killers was allegedly a result of his previous quote-unquote acquisition of approximately 10 kilograms of cocaine from Narcotics Anonymous supplier in the Midwest. Now, the Mizell had recently informed Washington that the defendant will not be involved in distributing the narcotics in Maryland, which the murder conspiracy. The cocaine was allegedly intended to be distributed in Maryland. Now, the charges were announced during a press conference held by Seth D. Dutrain, acting United States Attorney for Eastern District of New York, Demont F. Shea, Commissioner, New York City Police Department, known as the NYPD, and Daryl McCormick, acting Special Agent in Charge, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive, which is known as the ATF. Now, and William F. Sweeney Jr., Assistant Director in Charge of Federal Bureau of Investigation, New York Office, FBI, this afternoon. Which I think this news broke yesterday. Now, a new development has been made in the 2000 of which Run DMC Jam Master Jay's was murdered in 2002. Now, according to the report from the New York Times on Monday, August 17, the murder charges against two men who has been suspects in the legendary DJ's killing will be announced today. Now, law enforcement officials told the publication anonymously that Ronald Washington and Carl Jordan Jr. Now, let me get their names right. It's Ronald Washington and Carl Jordan Jr. were indicted on charges of murdering while trafficking drugs. Now, the murder of Jam Master Jay's has been a long unsolved case until now. Now, Washington, 56, who was already in prison for robbery, and Jordan, 36, was arrested by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and the ATF, which is the Fire and Explosive, now, and the NYPD on Sunday, August 16, according to a report that was taken from NBC Channel 4. Now, Carl Jordan was arrested back in 2003 in connection to the shooting of Jam Master Jay's nephew, Rodney Jones. According to Billboard, Jones was hit in the leg by gunfire on May 14th of 2003. So, Jam Master Jay's nephew also was targeted in 2003 as well by Carl. So a press conference has been scheduled for 2:30 p.m., which was yesterday afternoon, with Chief Rodney Harrison and the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York. Now, Jam Master Jay, who was born as Jason Mizzo, was shot and killed inside a music studio in Queens, New York, on October 30th, 2002. Now, he was only 37 years of age. On the day of his murder, two men reportedly entered the studio where Jay was playing videos in the lounge located on the second floor. He was located on the second floor. Now, Jam Master Jay was shot once in the head by a masked gunman and another in the studio. Now, the four men were in the studio at the time, but none of them came forward with information regarding the incident. Now, one of the men later considered a suspect. Charges were never filed back in 2007. Now, Jam Master Jay's murder was ruled a cold case. Run DMC, comprised of Ron, who is Joseph Simmons' brother to Russell Simmons, DMC, Daryl McDaniel, and the late Jay, who completed the trio as the trio DJ, became the first hip-hop group to achieve mainstream success in 1980s with their crossover hit Walk This Way with the band Aerosmith in 1986. And of course, I was 6 years old, and I remember this video like yesterday. And I was amazed at this video. I was really amazed and taken away by this video. So when he passed, his death was strange to me. I know that a lot of people mourned his death, so I seen it, how other people were affected by him. You know, Run DMC is not the first rap group, but they was like the first rap group that had a real DJ. Like Salt-N-Pepa had a real DJ. Spin, shout out to Spinderella. And they were like the first two real DJs that I knew about. You know, I was only 6 when he passed. I was 6, when they came out with Rock This Way. But his death was strange. People was trying to figure out what exactly happened. They know that they did come in the studio and they shot him, but they never could find who the killers were. And it was just amazing. But these two men actually took to IG to post pictures of them at the memorial site. Here's pictures of them at the memorial site. And they were just, I don't know if they was making a mockery out of him, but I mean, this is like crazy. And they were posted on IG like, so I mean, I would just like to say my condolences to Run DMC as a whole, as a group. When they lost him, they lost a part of themselves. I'm pretty sure that Jam Master Jay was like one of the hottest DJs out there. I would just like to say my condolences. I never was able to say my condolences to his family, and I'm glad that justice will be served in his death. His death doesn't have to go in vain. And the work that he did on this earth, people look up to him, and they, his name still ring bells, and his spirit will never die. You can kill the man, but you can't kill the spirit. So I would just like to say rest in peace. My condolences to Run, DMC, the whole group as a whole. May he forever rest in peace. Fly high. But yeah, I'm just glad that his death is concealed, and that they did get down to the bottom of what exactly happened to him. You know what I mean? Because people was tripped out about what exactly happened. Nobody had any answers. But now justice is being served. So the family doesn't have to go. I know they can never bring him back. but they don't have to go worry about what happened to him. They got answers, you know, so they can have some type of peace with that. You know, and that's probably what Jam Master Jay want for his family anyway. They always want you to have peace, you know, peace. But yeah, the song that you hear playing is by yours truly. I am God's Greatest Creation. It is streaming on all major platforms. You can go to Spotify, Tidal, Apple iTunes. You can go right here on KERMALA and look me up. Until the next video, you're in the news with your girl Camilla Banks. You're in the news, and I'm gonna keep you right here in the news. Until the next video, I'll see you. Peace.